Hi guys, welcome to Snake Nook. I'm Vanny and with me I have Typhoon. Typhoon is my Central American boa and she's going to be helping me out with the intro of today's video. And the topic of the video is, what are some pros and cons of owning a pet snake? Stay tuned. Con number one about keeping a snake as a pet. The information that you're going to need about learning how to keep a snake as a pet is not as readily available as you think it would be. So it's pretty much common knowledge when it comes to choosing a dog as a pet, or a cat, or even a bird, or even a hamster. There's a lot of common knowledge. There's a lot of people you can talk to. Lots of great sources, both online and books that you can order. There's just a plethora of information when it comes to keeping a dog as a pet, a cat as a pet, and maybe you just grew up with them all along. However, keeping a snake as a pet, if you didn't grow up around snakes as pets, there's a lot you're gonna have to learn, really and truly. These animals do have very specialized care requirements. Your husbandry has to be on point depending on the species. There's a lot to learn, truly a lot to learn. And while there is a lot of great content on YouTube when it comes to knowing all about snakes as pets, I think that it's not the same. You just don't find a variety of information. There's information out there, but you got to do your research. You really got to look around, and you definitely want to look for books that even help you to understand snake behavior. So con number one is just that you're gonna have to do your research. Con number two is other people's misconceptions of what a snake is like. Not that long ago, guys, in a staff meeting, I had to endure a comment made by someone after we were told that pretty much the field outdoors was hands off. We couldn't go out there because there was something out there. Later on in the staff meeting, we came to find out that there was a grass snake. I think they meant garter snake, but unless there is an actual grass snake, I don't. Anyway, then someone shouted, "Oh, yeah, the only good snake is a dead snake." Someone said they agreed. And I said, I disagree. But there wasn't time for me to explain why. Anyway, it's misconceptions like that you're gonna have to endure sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna be your friends. Sometimes it's gonna be family members, co-workers, people that just don't have the knowledge that you do when it comes to keeping a pet snake. Something else that you have to be ready for is if you share a picture of one of your reptilian children and someone says, "Ew," well, they're not ew to you, but to other people, yeah, it's not. Most people don't want to keep a snake as a pet, and just because we're enthusiastic about it, or you may be enthusiastic about it, doesn't mean that others will be. So just be aware that because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about snakes, you're going to hear negative comments. So that's going to be a con right there. A third con to keeping a snake as a pet may be the laws that your city or state or even the country may have about keeping a pet snake. You want to check the species. You want to make sure that it is okay with the city where you live, with the state where you live, and make sure that it is not a species that is prohibited or it is restricted. And so you definitely want to be aware if there is a permit that you may have to obtain, or if it is not a possibility for you to even keep that snake, then you definitely do not want to purchase a species that you are not allowed to keep. So just being aware of those laws that are there to either protect the animal or the people. So you have to be aware of those. And now let's brighten and lighten the mood and move on to the pros of keeping a pet snake. So let's start with how they are a hypoallergenic animal. So if you have allergies of any kind, be happy to know that there will be no pet dander coming from a snake as a pet. So you can rest easy and know that if you get a pet snake, your pet snake is hypoallergenic and you won't be sneezing away. So there you go. Pro number 1, hypoallergenic companion. Another pro of keeping pet snakes is the low maintenance. So once you get a hang of the husbandry and once your snakes are fully grown, they actually can be low maintenance pets because they don't need to eat more than maybe every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends on the schedule that you set for your snake. Always do your research so that you know exactly when they can be eating as adults. Maybe it's beneficial for them to eat every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. Some can go as long as a whole month. Do your research on that. But once you fully get that down packed, you don't have to feed all the time. You certainly don't have to feed daily, sometimes not even weekly once they're fully grown. And the enclosure, once you get that also, just kind of figure it all out. Your husbandry, it kind of runs really smoothly. And I do think that they are low maintenance pets overall. A lot of kinds of snakes that you can keep as a pet snake. You can do your research and you can choose from smaller snakes to bigger snakes. So if you like colubrids, you've got choices. There's the king snake, there's the corn snake, and there are so many others. If you like boas, there are lots of choices when it comes to keeping a boa as a pet snake. You can choose something like my Central American boa, a true beauty. You know something that I really like about these snakes, guys? She can be this light or she can be really dark late in the evening. It just depends. She can literally change color, and I've only seen that in my Central American boas. Not so much my Colombian boa imperators, but my Central American boa, I have her, and I have a hyposalmon boa. She also changes color from time to time. It's interesting to see. I picked her out this I picked her up this afternoon, and I noticed, boy, how light you're looking compared to yesterday when I took her out for a little while. She was dark, dark, dark. But anyway, that's just one of the fun things about the variety of your available that you can keep as a pet snake. There's so many really that you can pick. Pythons, there are so many. If you want a big python, you can go with the Burm. Of course, check your local laws on that one. There's always the ball python, that is the iconic pet snake. And then there's others in between, like the carpets. There's just a variety, so many. One more pro that I have for you guys. So if you're interested in keeping a snake as a pet, I think you're really gonna like this. They are very unique animals. Once you get to know your snake really, really well, you're gonna see that they have fun personalities regardless of the species. And if you're not getting a personality whatsoever out of your snake, it might be something that you're doing. There's nothing wrong with the snake. You gotta check what it is you, the keeper, is doing. Is that not right, Typhoon? What is the keeper doing? Anyway, snakes have awesome personalities. They really do. You do have your shy snakes, but you also have some really outgoing, fun snakes like Typhoon here. So if you're lucky enough to get one of these, they are very rewarding. Truly they are. They are just excellent companions. Believe it or not, they can snuggle with you to watch a movie or a few videos on YouTube. I really enjoy my boas when I watch TV, because especially my big one, Tsunami, he's just a cuddle bug, believe it or not. He really is a cuddle bug. And I do think that snakes will recognize their owners, especially over time and over positive interaction. I think that snakes do get to know your scent and who you are, who you are in their lives. You're the person that cares for them, the person that takes them out, the person that interacts with them. And they may not know you like a dog or a cat, but overall your snake knows who you are. They truly do. And they're just awesome, guys. They are unique, legless animals. Guys, if you're hoping to get a pet snake or you already have a pet snake and perhaps you want another one, I can tell you this. I highly recommend snakes as pets. They're not for everyone. They truly aren't. But if you think that a snake can be the right pet for you, then go for it, guys. Look around. There are so many species. Read up on them and get to know what it is you really want in your snake so that you can make a wise choice as far as the species goes. But there is a lot of reward in keeping a pet snake. You just have to deal with those pesky cons, but the pros far outweigh the cons. Thank you so much for staying with us, guys. Y'all have a good one. Bye.